to a special broadcast of NCTV. Tonight is the open house here at NCHS, which means it's the time of the year for NCTV to show our best of the best. Tonight, in addition to reruns of our best segments, we're featuring music from Mastermind of Monkey and interviews with you, the viewers. Our production assistants will be down in the comments covering the open house, and we're going to try to bring you that footage before the end of the show. Thank you for tuning in. First up today is a celebration of the new NCHS building. We're so fortunate to have such an awesome new space to work and learn in. Let's check it out.
The Natrona County High School renovation has been a 4-year, 6-phase project, all while students have been attending classes. The original 1924 high school was attended by Vice President Dick Cheney. The 115,000 square foot historic portion of the building has been renovated to include the updated theater, classrooms, and administrative spaces. The exterior brick and terracotta has been restored and all of the exterior windows have been replaced. A 145,000 square foot addition includes the new competition gymnasium, kitchen, commons, courtyard, library, vocational classrooms, and labs. Join us as we celebrate renovated NCHS with our very own Fighting Mustang Marching Band.
Marching!
4 years in the making, the Jerry Dalton Gymnasium is the newest remodeled piece at NCHS. This is the gem of the West Wing.
To all of you who are here to check out our amazing school, welcome. All of us here at NCTV are personally enjoying our new studio very much. And we now bring you a live act right here in the studio, Mastermind of Monkey.
This is the title track off our album called Through the Mist. She walks through the storm. time is almost gone. I will have to leave soon. They have hit her tonight. They have kept her away. Morning's come, now I wake. Morning's come, now I wake.
Thanks, guys. That was awesome. We're going to have more music for them later, but for now, I'm here with Chris Finch, who's a sophomore here at NCHS. Thanks for joining us today. What is one thing you would recommend to 8th graders who are looking at NCHS?
Something I would recommend to the 8th graders looking for NCHS is do some activities outside of school. You may be busy the first year, but don't worry about it. It gets pretty easy, and so you're going to want to fill that free time.
And what's your personal favorite part of NC?
NC, probably the staff. They're actually really cool. They're really funny, they're really nice to me, and they're really good at actually explaining the subject to me in a way I can understand.
Well, that's awesome. And best part of your freshman year?
Oh, best part of my freshman year?
Mm-hmm.
Probably lunch. It was still really cool to have lunch here. Yeah, it was fun to have lunch here. All my friends are there, so it was nice. The food's good, so I like it here.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for
You're
coming
welcome.
on the show. We hope you tune in to us later. And we really enjoyed having you on the show today. Lots of students here at NCHS enjoy going out to lunch rather than just staying in or grabbing a coffee with friends before or after school. And one such place for both is the Crescent Moon Coffee Shop, a locally owned hangout near NCHS. NCTV brought you the latest on this awesome piece.
Crescent Moon Cafe is a new coffee shop that just opened up downtown. They are open on Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday are open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Here are some suggestions from the woman who runs the store, Mackenzie Rothfuss.
The Blueberry Buddha is the most popular pick. It is a green tea frappuccino with blueberry syrup. We had a sweet cream cold brew, which is also a big hit because it's cold brew and condensed milk with vanilla or coconut syrup. And then for hot drinks, it's a honey lavender right now, which is just honey and lavender latte, and it is amazing.
They're located at 114 West 2nd Street next to JS Chinese Restaurant. Head down to Crescent Moon today! This has been Cole Cooper reporting for NCTV from Crescent Moon Cafe.
We apologize for the audio mistake in that story, but Crescent Moon is a really great coffee shop. I personally like their cold brew and chai, so if you haven't gone down there and checked it out yet, I definitely recommend it. And as you sip of that cup of coffee, why not check out NC's very own newspaper, The Gusher. The journalism class here at NCHS is an amazing program, and those of you who are checking out the open house tonight should definitely consider their program.
I am editor-in-chief of The Gusher, our school newspaper.
I have been teaching journalism for about 20 years.
The journalism program is very underrated, and it does a lot for our school to get out our imprint on the community.
People should read their school newspaper, The Gusher, because it is one of the longest running newspapers in the state for high school. And if you want to know what's going on with your high school in Casper, it's a very wise way to be informed.
I think NC students should read The Gusher, first of all, to know about the events that are happening around them. Mostly we just try to spread the experience of a NCHS student.
Students should read the newspaper because we're really trying to tackle some important issues that concern students. We have 4 newsstands that were made by Mr. Eisland, who retired last year. There is 1 newsstand in the MAC, 1 in the office, 1 in the library, and in the foyer. And I would love to see more people use the newspaper. I would also love to see people send in ideas, send letters to the editor. Anything that you want to do to participate with print journalism, we're open to that.
I feel like not many people read it, and I'd like to get it out there.
Our Distribution has really decreased. We used to order about 1,200 newspapers, but we noticed that there were so many left over that people weren't reading them. So now we're actually down to ordering only 600 newspapers.
The next edition tentatively will come out about November. Some of the stories include aspects about Mustang connections and both sides of leaving on Fridays, not leaving on Fridays. We're going to cover a variety of activities that students have, and we're going to cover extracurriculars.
It can sometimes be stressful, journalism, but seeing your name in print or in the yearbook, it's worth it, and it's a great moment.
An edition of The Gusher should be out soon, so be sure to check the newsstands for this award-winning publication. Now, as you can see, I have the studio with me, Hanneman, Dickinson, and Clark, and these three gentlemen are part of the NCHS ROTC. So, sir, would you recommend ROTC to any of the 8th graders who are coming in?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a great program. It really helps out with your character development. It helps you develop as a person, become a better person in general. It's definitely a great program, and I recommend it to everyone.
All right.
And there you go.
Is there anything else in NC that you would recommend to these 8th graders besides ROTC?
Yeah, I definitely, most of the after-school activities, I really appreciate all the clubs and everything. They really bring people together and help out the community of NC a lot. It's really a great place, and I enjoy them a lot.
All right. And we'll just pass the mic around for this one. What was your favorite class your freshman year?
My favorite class currently this year would probably have to be ROTC. It's coming from a military family. It really does show how much schools appreciate the military, especially if they're making a class that's not particularly about it but has ties to it. And some other classes that I would definitely recommend are the Guitar 1 class. You don't get to do very many concerts, but it's still fun, especially if you really like to play guitar or any musician. Sure, you'd have to buy your own guitar, but still fun.
All right, and you, sir?
My favorite class my freshman year would probably have to be either ROTC or welding. Both of them gave me brand new experience I wasn't really used to up until that point, and it really opened my eyes on how big the possibilities are in the world and what I could do.
All right, and lastly, you, sir.
So my favorite class was definitely Welding 1. I wasn't really big into ROTC my first year, but I'm really hands-on, so Welding 1 was really my choice for favorite class.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming on the show. It was nice to meet you all, and we hope that you'll tune into NCTV in the future. Have a great night, guys. Not sure ROTC or journalism is right for you? There's still plenty of ways to find your niche and express your creativity. The film and television, creative writing, and PIC programs are just a few examples of that. However, one creative option you may have been looking at is shutting down, Starlane. Starlane itself was housed in the Pathways building, and it wasn't a physical school but a program, and now that program is closing its doors. We bring you a look back at Starlane.
Education is one of the most important things in anyone's life. That's why you have to spend at least 13 years on it. But you have to wonder if there isn't another way to do it.
The idea originated with a group of teachers at Kelly Walsh about 6 or 7 years ago who were looking at different ways to assess what students were learning, and what they realized is that sometimes when teachers give tests or when students are assessed for what they've supposedly been taught, they're not always tested on what they're taught.
Starlane is a program that was created about 20 years ago for students who might have trouble learning in class. Here's some more information from Mr. Estes about what's going on with Starlane.
There's a proposal right now, and I think there's several rumors out there, so we can just clarify everything, is that we're in a situation in our district and actually in the state where financially we're in a difficult situation. They did look at programs, and Starlane is a program. So it has been determined that that will not continue after this year. They actually looked at the data. They looked at the student performance over time, and what was determined is they were not meeting the state level of performance that they needed to.
This is Cole Cooper reporting for NCTV from Starlane.
While Starlane might not be available anymore, there's still many programs at NC we think you'll enjoy. We wish you all the best in finding your niche as you enter high school. Now back to the father and son who found their own niche. We return to Mastermind and Monkey live in the studio.
This is another original called 18 Years.
Since I was a child, my heart was high. There's always a fire burning in me. Wish there was a day my soul would come down. Always run around with the wrong crowd. There's always a fire burning in me. I never knew why I chose to make you cry. In the sky where the sun used to be, and no more sun shining down on me. I was taught to love, but I chose to believe. For 18 years you won't see me. Start to sell poison to the side. There's always a fire burning in me. Lived on the edge, never thought they'd catch me. I never slowed down until they caught me. There's always a fire burning in me. Through the charges at me, freedom I cannot see. There's a hole in the sky where the sun used to be. No more sun shining down on me. I was taught to love, but I chose to leave. For 18 years you won't see me. to change. Why is there fire burning in me? And I'm still bones are all I'll ever see. Beat my demons down, they no longer breathe. Now there's no fire burning in me. I can't wait to get out, live my life in peace. There's blue in the sky, the sun used to be, and no more sun shining down on me. I was taught to love, I chose to believe. Over 18 years, you won't see me.
Thanks again, guys. We really enjoy your music. And now I'm joined by Miss Kirka, who is a career counselor here at NC. So as the career counselor, how often do you interact with freshmen?
Not as often as I'd like to. However, I just met with a girl and her dad downstairs and they got totally interested. So maybe next year will be a better year than I've had in the past.
Well, that's awesome. And what advice do you have for incoming freshmen in terms of preparing for careers?
Be open. There's not one job out there for students. There are a million different jobs. Sometimes I think our students get hooked up thinking, oh, I'm going to be a teacher, I'm going to be a nurse, or I'm going to be a doctor. And there are so many other varieties out there, so many other jobs. I mean, I have a program called Road Trip Nation that these students can participate in, and they get to see over 3,500 different jobs across America. These people who tell you all about their jobs. It's so fascinating. And when my students take it right now, they love it.
Well, that sounds awesome. And if they want to sign up for you, how can they get in touch with you?
They just come to my office, which is room 137, so I'm on the main floor. I'm by the attendance ladies and the the counseling office. They can just come on in and talk to me, and I can help them with job assessments, career assessments, interests, things like that. Because if they get started when they're in 9th grade, when they're juniors and seniors, they're more ready to, I don't know, go out there and see what's happening. So it's really cool if they can get started earlier.
Well, that really is cool. And thanks for coming on the show. We really enjoy having you in, and we hope you tune into NCTV in the future. And now, besides all this awesome career counseling, another awesome thing about NCHS is our clubs and activities. We have everything from speech and debate to chess club, and from video game club to DECA, which is the club in charge of running the Mustang Market. Don't know what the Mustang Market is? Don't fear. NCTV has you covered.
You want to buy our new Neutrona Strong joggers? Good, because we're selling them right over there. You want to buy our new Neutrona Strong water bottles? Good, because we're selling them right over there. You want to buy some Mott's or Rice Krispie? Because we're selling them right over there. You want to buy our new Neutrona Strong long shirts? We're selling them right over there.
Are you thirsty? Yous looks thirsty. How about we get you a slushie, huh? You want blue raspberry? We got that. How about cherry, huh? You want them both? We can do that. You don't want either? Well then forget about it. For those of users who is our basic customers, we got the package. Pumpkin pie Pop-Tart, pumpkin spice latte. Our barista hook you up.
The NC Music program is a particularly beautiful part of our school. Band, orchestra, and various choirs fill the auditorium and the school with their melodies. Our next few pieces celebrate these programs. Earlier this year, an NC alumni named Mario Ferreau came to teach jazz band some new songs and techniques. He played alongside them on stage. NCTV brings you footage from this lively concert.
Here's an overview of the concert that happened last Saturday. First half of a quartet and the last half NCHS Jazz Band, featuring Mario Ferro. This is Morgan Renetti signing off with NCTV. Here's an overview of the concert that happened.
The band is truly great at what they do, and I know that I always enjoy our concerts. Now, someone who's going to have the opportunity to hear these concerts as a student next year is Mr. Ethan Bauer. Ethan, what middle school do you go to currently?
CY.
CY, awesome. And what made you decide that you wanted to go to NC?
I just had a feeling. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I felt right to go here.
Well, that's awesome. What are you most excited for coming into high school?
The welding and shop classes.
All right, we've heard good things about that tonight, so I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun. And what are you most nervous about going into high school?
Just the non-elective classes.
Yeah. Well, you know, your teachers are going to help you with the transition to high school, and, you know, most of the 9th grade teachers, I think, are pretty nice. So, you know, never be afraid to ask for help, and, you know, just hang in there. You've got this. You seem like a good kid. So, thanks for coming and interviewing with us, and we hope you tune into NCTV in the future.
All right.
All right. Have a great night. Now, back to the band. They're one of the many classes who are enjoying their new classroom, so let's check it out.
Everything, all the classes and all of the offices that are in the MAC, except the PE rooms, will be moving to the new West Wing or somewhere in the main building.
I think it's fantastic. I'm super excited. The best part is it's been 10 years of meetings and I'm done with them now. I'm finally here. the size of the room for one thing. I like the flat floor. I used to really like the risers, but I like the adjustability of the flat floor. The thing that I'm really going to enjoy with this room is after being in the little room when the marching band rehearses, I won't go deaf anymore because we've got some air space. It's going to be much better sounding. Discuss the concrete. We have a floating concrete ceiling between us and the floor above us, so there's an air pocket. They poured 2 floors basically and jacked one up and then poured another one so that there's an air pocket in between so that sound won't travel between us and the rooms above us.
Music and art are on the ground and first floor of Phase 5, which is the old West Wing. Those are scheduled to, we'll start moving some fragile stuff the middle to end of this week. The teachers and students can walk their projects and stuff down toward the end of this week. The movers will be here Friday through Sunday to move art and music into those ground and first floor of Phase 5. Everybody else is scheduled to move over the Thanksgiving weekend.
I think it looks fantastic, the amount of space that we have, how tall the ceilings are, and how open, and the sound is going to sound fantastic in here. I'm so excited. I think with the way they designed everything in here, I don't think we should have any noise complaints, but then again, if we don't get any noise complaints, then there's something wrong. Yeah, I think it's sizable. I mean, compared to the tiny band room that we had, and you know, surprisingly how we managed to fit 150 kids into one tiny little confined space. Coming and fitting 150 kids in here will be no problem. And I think we have space, lots of space in here, which will be really nice. Who knows, we might lose space in the future, but for now, it's fantastic. I think working with the students and, you know, better communication and hearing individual parts a lot better. Instead of having a large sound coming at you in a compressed and small room, we'll have a larger room to be able to hear each individual player. We can identify the mistakes a lot quicker. And it'll just be nicer to have a larger room in general.
There's kind of what we call a soft move, and that first move is music and art only, and then the last phase we hope is everyone else. And I say we hope everyone else because when we move music out of their rooms in 2086 and 3086 and they go to the ground floor of 5th, then those rooms have to be redone a little bit. One of the things that's moving there is NCTV, and so there's some construction that has to take place then. We hope that's ready for Thanksgiving so that NCTV can also move into their space over the Thanksgiving break. But there's a chance that could be delayed too. In December-ish, they will start demoing all of those temporary classrooms and offices. And so pretty much from the temporary gym that's out there and the bleachers, everything to the north end will be gutted and torn out. And that will be prepared for construction to start out there again mid to late April to build the track and the auxiliary gym. And that will happen August through October. I'm sorry, April through October.
We wish the band the best of luck in their new room, and we can't wait to hear what they come up with next. And speaking of next, this is our next interview. This is Jeremy and Katrina Schneider. So Jeremy, where are you a middle schooler at currently?
I'm currently at CY Middle School.
CY, oh, cool. That was where our other prospective student was from. And
yeah.
What made you decide to come to NC?
Well, what really made me want to come here was IB classes that KW doesn't have, I'm pretty sure.
Right, Kelly Walsh has AP. Now, yeah. I do full IB, and let me tell you, it is the best decision of your life. It's going to be hard on you. There are going to be some, you know, crazy long nights, but it's definitely going to be worth it. Now, Mama Bear, how do you feel about him going into high school?
Well, I'm an alumni of Kelly Walsh, as are all my brothers and sisters, and his older brother. So it was a tough decision, but Jeremy is a really, really bright kid, and he needs a challenge. So we really felt like the IB program was the way to go. We know how good of a school Kelly Walsh is, but he really needs that challenge. And so that's what we felt like was the best decision for this tiny little petunia here.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks again. And if I can offer you a little bit of advice as an IB senior, don't procrastinate. The two most important words you'll ever have to know. Don't procrastinate. Thank you so much for coming on the show, you guys. And now you're very welcome. And now the choir classes are also enjoying their new classroom. Much like the band, they've been moved into a room which was specifically designed for them. But unlike the band, the many choirs here at NC are known for their beautiful vocal talents. Let's have a look inside the world of the choir.
We sing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you.
I think the new choir room is just awesome. The acoustics inside of here are just tremendous.
All the old familiar places.
The sound system that's in the room, which is just incredible, and these platforms and everything, it just makes it so it's very, very functional. We had our first rehearsal in here this morning with chorale, and it was amazing how much I could hear every one of the parts and how clearly, and it's incredible. It's about 10 feet wider and 10 feet longer, so just putting that in makes a big difference, especially when you have classes of 70. Well, according to the people who built it, our rooms are supposed to be sound isolated, so even if we're making a lot of noise, they should not hear anything.
I really love it. I really love how I can hear everybody when we're rehearsing, and I really love the wide space. It's a lot bigger compared to our other room, and I feel like we get a lot more out of it being put together, and I like how we have the risers set up in the back, and we all get our own individual space. And it feels a lot more professional. I think I can see and hear better all around the room, and it makes me feel more professional.
I think this new room is a major upgrade compared to what we had beforehand. More acoustically sound, it absorbs some of the sound better, which helps you to hear everyone else around you. They're very good for being able to sing as your posture is already in the fixed position that it needs to be in for you to have the correct breath support. So I think it was designed in a way that allows it to be utilized in a professional way. It's definitely more professional than any other room that I've been in.
The other thing is that acoustically, this room has been set up so that it is perfect for a choir, for them to be able to hear and for the director to be able to hear what's happening with all the parts. Just like the orchestra room was set up for the orchestra and the band room was set up for the band.
Again, we wish you the best of luck in making your music for this year and many years to come. And now we have another live interview with Mr. Meebor, who's an administrator here at NC. So, first question right off the bat is, why should these prospective students come to NC instead of Kelly Walsh?
Well, or other opportunities in the school district, but I think that, I'll just speak for Natrona, that we have so many great people here, and we recruit the best people. We recruit the best teachers, and everybody on campus is just kid-centered. And then we have these amazing opportunities in classes, and what a variety of opportunities for kids to have in electives and all the different core classes, just amazing opportunities. We've got the best of extracurricular and activities and athletics and clubs and just ways for kids to get involved. And all of this comes together to make just a great place for people to work and for kids to go to school.
All right. And if there's one piece of advice you would give to incoming freshmen, what would it be?
Well, I would say get involved, because if you get involved outside of the classroom with a club, a sport, an activity, and we've got everything from A to Z, from art to wrestling to debate to music to all the different athletic ventures. You're going to meet good people, you're going to be around good role models for adults, and that makes for an amazing experience.
For sure. And we've heard a lot of that tonight, that, you know, you should go out there and get involved. And, you know, we promoted the clubs a few segments ago. So I think that that definitely is going to be a strong theme for the incoming freshmen tonight is, you know, go out there, join a club, get involved. Well, thank you so much. It was
You're
nice
welcome.
having you on the
Yes,
show.
thank you.
Yeah. All right. Now, some of you prospective students might be a little overwhelmed at the idea of entering high school, and you're certainly not alone in that fear. But luckily, there's about a 50-minute brain break every day, lunch. Going out to lunch is popular, but it can add up unless you find good deals. Luckily, Rocca's has a student special worth every cent. If you've never heard of Rocca's before, then we have a segment for you.
Rocca's is a pizzeria located just down the street from NC. They got old-timey ovens and expensive food.
The ovens are imported from Naples, Italy. They are made and crafted there from the stone from Mount Vesuvius. The ash is compressed ash so that the ovens will always be the same heat. Our ovens cook at like 900 to 1,000 degrees, so that's pretty much why, is because everything in there is just made perfect. The ovens names that are on them and the tiles, they are the building owners. So Giovanni is going to be Art's family, and then Arturo is going to be Art's family. He is always around here and he's always fun to talk to. Food's really expensive because we are VPN certified, which means that we get all of our stuff from Italy to make sure that we are verified to make pizza the way that we do, so that people know that we are true Neapolitan pizza. All of the same ovens in every single Rocca's. We order from this company mainly because they're out of Naples, Italy, and we know that they're going to make sure that our pizzas are coming out right, cooking right, and making sure that they're always in like 10 or above. Like 10 out of 10.
This is Dakota Fredberger from NCTV, signing out.
Head on over to Rocca's if you get the chance. Their pizza is the best in town. And now we bring you back to the studio for some more Mastermind of Monkey.
There's an old Pete Townsend tune called Let My Love Open the Door.
Thank you.
Thanks again, guys. We'll hear from them one more time before the show ends tonight. Now, here with me is Mr. Frontiero, who is a 9th grade English teacher here at NCHS. So, you see a lot of freshmen coming through, and so you work with them on a pretty close basis.
I do.
What is the number one thing that you believe more freshmen should do to be prepared for high school?
I think in order to prepare for high school, as an incoming 8th grader, there's a few things you need to reconcile. Like one, it's not going to be what you thought. Regardless of how you think it's going to be something different. And you have to be sort of ready to embark on that journey. So like, if I were telling a prospective 8th grader who's coming here, what they need to look for, it would be something along the lines of having an open mind, being ready to try new things, you know, forget where it is that you're coming from and just have a clean slate. Be ready for that, because that's sort of what we are going to give to them. We want to have a nice, clean, open slate. They can redefine themselves. They can come in and just kind of learn who they want to be.
For sure. And what is your favorite part about teaching freshmen?
Oh, well, I don't have a very long attention span, and they sort of match that, like, in a good way, you know?
Yeah.
And I have a little too much energy, I think, sometimes for a few people, and they like that. At least I hope they do, anyway. Seems like they have a lot of energy, and that is kind of one of those mesh pieces, too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, to all of you who are watching, if you get this guy as an English teacher, you're going to be in for good, because I had him when I was a freshman, and I got to tell, don't be afraid to think in his class, because there's going to be some times where he's like, why'd you do that? Weren't you thinking?
I'm never going to make a kid feel bad, though.
Well, you know, throwing stones.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, we did do that, actually. We did stone a student in my class once.
Yeah.
Just be ready for that.
Just be ready for that. It's all in good nature. It's all in good fun. So, Mr. Frontiero, everyone, thank you for coming. And we
yeah, thanks for having me, Hunter. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you definitely won't want to miss our sports coverage. As many of you know, sports are some of the favorite pastimes here at NC, and we always try to keep you up to date on the latest NC athletics. One major development in sports came with the completion of construction. Let's check out our brand new gym.
It's called the Jerry Dalton Gym, and it's a tribute to a longtime coach. He coached for, I believe, 21 years. It's an amazing facility, and we look forward to opening it and also having Jerry here for a game this winter so we can bring it in right. It took approximately 4 years to build the gym, but not just the gym specifically, the West Wing and all of these new classrooms that were renovated, remodeled, and rebuilt. Probably the most modern feature would be the new video scoreboard. We have 2 of them on campus, so one's outdoors and one is indoors, and so that's an amazing feature. We also have an incredible lighting system in here, along with the sound system that's second to none. How much was invested in the new gym? If I were to guess, $10 million. I'm excited, but I'm more excited for our student athletes and our students because this has been a long time coming. Yes.
Yeah, I'm really excited to play in this gym. I think there's like a good vibe here. It embodies our school. What I like about the new gym is it's really open and it allows a lot of people to come watch our games, which is great. And the floor is a lot better quality than the temporary one they had in the MAC. I know they repainted the floors probably 4 times and redid them just to make sure everything's sound, but it comes down to the attention to detail here, and they did that well. So
we will start tonight, November 27th, for the first night of basketball practice, and then we'll start our first games here in about 10 days for our Casper Invitational basketball tournament. Feedback already from the students that I've talked to have been, it's just amazing. I know people will miss the old dungeon, but we still have kind of a dungeon look here in the new gym, and so I think kids and faculty and community and staff are going to love it. We have custodial and a lot of folks that are going to take great care of this floor. It's being swept as we speak, so I mean, we're going to take very good care of it, and what we want to remind students is it's your gym. It's your facility. It's your school. Let's take good care of it.
This is Morgan Vanetti signing off with NCTV.
NCTV is hoping to keep you updated on all the games in that gym. Now we're going to go to Miss Jill Wallace, who is one of our Film and TV 2 students, who is currently putting together some footage that they have from down in the Commons. So how's everything going down in the Commons? How's it looking?
There's lots of freshmen, incoming freshmen that we're ready to brainwash. We're ready to, lure them into NCTV because this is the best place to be at NC. Lots of good Olive Garden food. So to anybody who hasn't eaten Olive Garden, you should go get some. It's going really well. I mean, people are asking about the program, and I'm hoping it continues on. So.
Well, for sure, I do too. And with that, why should students join Mr. Madzie's Film and TV programs?
Mr. Madzie's Film and NCTV program, it's the best program here at NC.
For sure.
I mean, I remember coming here and I was so in my shell, and I mean, his class really helped me, get my creative juices out. And I didn't want to take it at first, but then I came here and this is my family and this is my home, and you should take it because it's the best program here.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, this isn't something like a career that I'm looking to go into, but it's still such a fun hobby.
Yeah.
And like she said, you break out of your shell, you learn so much new things, and if you join the film and TV course here, we might be a little bit biased, but you're gonna have a really nice time in this class. Now back to sports. Of course, NC's favorite games take place not in the brand new gym, but in the old stadium. Football is celebrated by all the school, especially major victories. We now bring you footage from the last playoff. While NC didn't win state, we're still proud of the Mustangs and the many victories they had, and we wish them all the best next season. Now we're back here in the studio with another live interview. Sir, I'm so sorry, I forgot. What was your name again?
Tony Daniels.
All right, Tony, and what middle school are you going to right now?
CY Middle School.
CY. Gosh, CY must just be a popular middle school tonight. So, what are you most excited about coming into high school?
Sports.
Sports, yeah. What sports do you think you're going to do?
Football and soccer.
Awesome. Do you do those at the middle school too?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's really cool. And what are you most nervous about going into your freshman year?
Just how many kids there are and how packed the hallways are going to be.
Yeah, I completely understand the fear of the amount of kids. I was a little bit nervous about that myself. But your teachers make you feel, you know, like you're in a smaller school, and they make you feel like, you know, you really matter at this place, which is a great aspect of NC. And as for how packed the hallways are, there's so many hallways in this school that, you know, it's not like all of us are jam-packed into one hallway, so you don't have to worry about that, my friend. And is there any class or anything that you're particularly excited to take, or any elective or anything?
I haven't really thought about that yet, but I'm pretty sure there is.
All right, well, you know, if I can, I'd recommend the film and television classes, because you'd have the opportunity to do all this yourself one day. But, you know, enough of that. Thank you for coming in. It was a pleasure having you, and we hope you tune into NCTV in the future. And now we bring you back to the studio for one last time for Mastermind of Monkey.
This next is also an original. It is off of our debut album called Through the Mist. You can message us on Facebook at Mastermind of Monkey if you'd like to purchase it, or we're going to be having it on the digital platforms here pretty soon. This one is instrumental called Soarin'.
Thanks for all your awesome performances tonight, guys. If you like those, please be sure to like Mastermind of Monkey on Facebook, and while you're there, give NCTV a like as well to keep up to date with our latest broadcasts, fundraisers, and events. For our last live interview tonight, we have a couple prospective students named Espen Martinez and David Vogt. So what middle schools do you guys go to?
We go to CY.
CY. Gosh, CY is just the school to be from tonight, I guess.
It really is.
All right, and what are you most excited about coming into high school?
Kind of just being around all the new people and being in a nicer, newer school.
All right, and what about you, David? If you could pass the mic to him.
New people.
New people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of new people. I mean, there's about, 1,700 people at NCHS. You're definitely going to meet someone new. And what are you guys most nervous about coming into high school?
Kind of just meeting all the new people, actually. Being
For sure.
That's basically it, to be honest.
Well, most of the people here at NC are really nice. I know that I can't speak for everyone. Like, there's obviously going to be some people who are having like a bad day or whatever. But for the most part, NC is like a big family. We're a really loving community, and regardless of whether you do ROTC or speech and debate or chess club, you're going to feel like you have a place somewhere. And what about you, David?
Well, what's the question again?
Oh, what are you most nervous about going into high school?
Give me a second. I was not prepared.
You're doing good.
Am I? Am I?
David. Yes, sir. Go, David.
New people.
New people? Well, like I said, you're going to find some way to feel part of a family somewhere, so I hope that can kind of dispel some of your guys' fears. Now, is there any class or club or anything that you're really particularly looking forward to going into high school?
I'm honestly not really looking forward to any classes. I'm kind of just, I'm here, I might as well make the best of it.
All right, that makes sense. And what about you, David?
Well, I've been in a lot of my sister's movie things, and I'm excited for AVP.
All right. So AVP, for those of you who don't know, is Audiovisual Productions, and the name of that has changed to Film and TV 1. So if you're looking to join one of Mr. Madzie's classes and have the opportunity to be on NCTV yourself one day, it's definitely worth it. It's a wonderful program, as we've said so many times tonight. We're so biased. Just on that though. So thank you guys for coming into the studio and agreeing to interview with us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. We hope you tune into NCTV in the future.
Okay, have a good day.
You too. All right, and we're going to do another quick interview with First Sergeant Riggs. So, Riggs, do you want to come up on it?
I thought that was the last one.
We're improving tonight. We're improving so much tonight.
Well, you're doing a great job of it.
Well, thank you.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
Thank you. So you are the ROTC instructor, correct?
I'm one of the ROTC instructor. I'm the Army instructor. Colonel Smoltzer is the senior Army instructor. Yes, so yes, there's two of us here.
All right, that's awesome. And now, what lessons from ROTC can students kind of transfer to their freshman year?
ROTC is set up at 4 levels. It's kind of like a lot of classes. You've got, for the first year you're in it, you're level 1, 2, 3, and 4, like that. What we do that's unique is we kind of mix our classes. I may have students that are first year in ROTC, second year, third year, and fourth year, all in the same classroom. What that does is that allows the upperclassmen to mentor and help guide the underclassmen, the freshmen and the sophomores that are coming in. That's all about leadership. That's what this class is about. It's about learning learning leadership, self-reliance, decision making. It is, and we found that works really well with that.
Awesome. Is there any advice that you can offer to incoming freshmen?
Yes, there is, really. High school is a great place, and it's a place to experiment and try different things. as far as different classes and different stuff. You know, you might find something, you know, you take something, a class, and it leads to something else, and on, and you're doing something different. And it's a place to explore your horizons, I guess, and expand, find out some of your likes and dislikes are. So the best advice I can give a person that's coming into high school is to get out and try different things, get involved, be a part of the school.
For sure, and that's a message we've heard a lot of tonight. So if you're getting involved in something, be it ROTC or NCTV or speech and debate, you're going to have a really great time here at this school if you just get involved. So thank you very much, Sergeant Riggs, and we hope that you tune into NCTV in the future.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful night.
Oh, I do.
We now
Just having you as next door neighbors, I do that, I'll tell you that.
We now return once more to the studio for an impromptu interview, or an impromptu song from Mastermind of Monkey.
Box Tops tunes.
Time to take no fast turn. Lonely days are gone. I'm going home. My baby wrote me a letter. I don't care much lonely, I gotta stay. Got to get back to my baby. Lonely days are gone. I'm going home. My baby wrote me a letter. She wrote me a letter, said she can't live without me no more. Listen, Mr. Can't you see I got to get back to my baby once more. Anyway, yeah.
All right, and we have one last live interview tonight. We have these prospective students, Kaylee Weibling and Aaron Weibel. Okay, sorry, it's been a long night. So what are you guys most excited about coming into high school?
The school spirit and all of the sports that there are.
Well, then you're definitely going to love tuning into NCTV for all of our coverage of the rallies and the sports coverage and all that. Not that, you know, you'll miss any of the games because you seem to have a real school spirit about you. And what about you?
I'm excited for all the class opportunities that you guys have and also the sports.
All right. And what are you most nervous about coming into high school?
How big it is.
How many people?
Yeah. Well, I was just telling another one of our guests who was on here earlier tonight that, you know, there's a lot of people, that's for sure. I think there's about 1,700 kids in the school. But at the same time, you're going to find a way to feel part of a family, like if you join a sport or a club or anything. You're going to have your own little family, and the school is also its own little family. And your teachers are going to have this way of making you feel like, you know, you're important, you matter, this school matters, you know. So I hope that can dispel some of your guys' fears. Now, what middle school are you guys from?
CY.
CY is the place to be tonight, I guess. Gosh, everyone who we've interviewed who's coming in is from CY, so you guys must just like be wanting to represent tonight. What are you like most looking forward to in terms of classes or electives? Like, what would you be most wanting to take?
I'm like for the core type classes, I'm excited for math, but choir.
I'm excited for cooking, and there's a really cool photography class that we looked at earlier, and it's really cool.
Well, awesome. Well, best of luck in your guys' high school years. Math, I can't relate, but you know, I'm sure you're wonderful at it. My brain, like, I see 2 + 2 and I go, 28. But you know, best of luck to you guys. Thank you so much for agreeing to be interviewed tonight, and
thank you.
Yeah, we hope you tune into NCTV in the future. All right. So we're going to bring you that open house footage that we promised earlier. Our PAs cut it and shot it, and now here we have it for you in record time, the open house story.
And we are back here at the top of the cafeteria, where actually you can see the whole commons, which is pretty awesome. We have the library right over here, which is fantastic, great for reading and everything like that. We're gonna go get some more interviews with parents, but this is just the overhead view of what is going on here in the cafeteria. Back live, and we are here with a parent that is apparently a parent from an NC student, hopefully. Is your son thinking about going here?
He is. He's an 8th grader right now at CY, and he definitely wants to go to NC.
Why did he pick NC over K-Dub?
Well, it's closer to home, for one. But he likes sports. He's an athlete, and so he likes the sports programs here. And he likes the schedule better. This is another 8th grader right here that's photobombing. And I think that he's also choosing NC for some of the same reasons.
What sports is he going to take when he is here?
Definitely football and basketball. And we'll see about track.
I'm so sorry. So congrats to those guys for putting that story in record time. It looks like everyone's enjoying themselves down there, and I'm really glad you're enjoying our new building. Now, speaking of, NCTV aired this building montage to celebrate the move into the new building back in November, and we'd like to close today's episode with this segment. NCTV brings you our beautiful building. our special episode of NCTV comes to a close. Thank you all for tuning in to the Open House special, and a special thank you to Mastermind of Monkey and all the people who agreed to a live interview and an interview out in the field. Remember, you can like the Mastermind of Monkey Facebook page and message them to get their album, as well as the NCTV Facebook page. And you can also subscribe to the NCTV channel to know when we go live. If you want to look us up, we're at gonctv.com. We also have a fundraiser going on right now, and we're putting a link in the description under the video. So if you want to check out a large variety of NCTV shirts, sweatshirts, and then it's definitely something worth checking out. We really want to meet our goal for this fundraiser. It's really important to us for the upcoming film festival, which you should also check out at the end of this year. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
According to Luke Richardson, we need to change the culture of this topic and make it okay to speak about mental health and suicide.
Ever wondered who has the best skills in hospital? Well, listen to this.
Good job. Thank you for all my friends are sorry. There was no huddle live. Free get in here. Yeah. We're doing the huddle live. All right.
Ray came down and he was like.
We're doing the huddle live.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do you guys want to come on over real quick?
Alrighty, I'm gonna steal 3 actually.
Don't knock anything over. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Drizay, get in here. Drizay. No, Drizay, you're getting in here. He can. Look at this. You in on this?
Yeah.
You good?
Wait, I'm gonna get this.
Gotta go cut. There's just dead air right now. And also the voices. That's fine. That's kind of fun.
All right, on the count of 3, we're going to scream NCTV as loud as we can, guys.
Okay.
Yeah!